To the microphone, the best man. This is Ban Trung.
So I'm Ban. I'm Tom's younger brother. So Tom's 2 years older than I am. So I want to give you a little bit of perspective who Tom is. So I got a chance to wrestle this episode from my other two siblings, as my two other brothers as well too. So Tom is a name that my father gave to Tom, as you know, mean intelligent, smart. But Tom and I grew up together, and we're like two opposite ends, right? So you got one guy who's very conservative, very, straight and narrow. You got to go this way, and this is the right way to do it. And you have Tom here, who's the total opposite. What's the quickest way for me to get to the end result, And so here I was thinking about it. It's like, maybe Dad was wrong in giving him this name. It should have been me who should be Tom, not him. So I'll give you the story when we were growing up together, and this is in Vietnam. So, Tom was always very skinny, right? He was always a really scrawny guy, and everybody felt bad for Tom. And so we encourage him, when he's growing up, we're like, Tom, you're so skinny, you need to gain some meat because every Vietnamese person knows that you're malnourished, so you got to eat something, So we convinced Tom that he need to eat one of those wall gecko. So here Tom is like, oh, okay, it seemed like this is the way that we can do it. For me to gain some muscle and get bigger, I need to eat this. So we convinced him, so here he was. He get the gecko, and he squeezed the tail, it breaks off, and he's like having trouble swallowing this down. The gecko's still there now and say, remember all those times you want to gain weight? Here I am. So the other times, no worries, there are more. So other time when Trin, Tom and I, so Trin is the mastermind behind everything that we do, right? He's older. So we have these ponds that we catch fish in, right? And so it was Trin's job to, since he's the commander, he's gonna put the electrical wire in there, and Tom and I would go then saying, oh, there's fish, we go get the fish. So one day Tom put his hand into the hole of the pond. He sat there the whole day because the crab caught his finger, and every time that he would pull his hand out, the crab would get him. So he sat there from beginning of the day to nighttime, and he finally got the courage to pull his hand out and pull the whole crab out with him as well too. So here he was again. Is that the best decision that you had? But it didn't end there. So we come to the United States, okay, and we were very poor. We're growing up, we're immigrants to the United States, and so someone finally gave us these bikes, right? So Tom was I believe it was in 5th grade, and I was in 3rd grade, and so we saw off these bikes, right, make them like really look like motorcycle. So we ride our bike to the back of the area so to show off to everybody what we do, right? And of course, Tom, the intelligent brother, decided that he was gonna ride this without hands. And guess what happened? He crashed. He cut himself. He chipped his tooth the day before he takes picture for the school as well too. So his 5th grade picture had the same image of Tom with a missing part of his front teeth. So the next instance that you see, it's from Tom, is that we gotten older, and that someone decided to give a bunch of boys golf clubs. Here we are, we don't even know what to do with golf clubs. We decide to saw the golf clubs off to play the sword together And of course, Tom again broke my parents were away, they're at their friend's house, so Tom and I here doing our sword game, and he broke the golf club over his knee. It spring backward, cut his face at nighttime, and here's my dad wondering, why do I have to come back to have this face fixed as well too? So it made me wonder again, how is it that he got that name Tom over me? But if, fast forward a lot of years, so Tom went on his way and I went my way to college. And so I get a phone call from my younger brother, Boo. And, it's really, I was in training in emergency medicine. I get a phone call from Boo and say, hey, Tom's not doing well. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's at Cleveland Clinic and he's not doing well. You have to come and see him. And Tom and I haven't been together for a long time. We have fallen apart a little bit since our high school year and then went into college. And he said it wasn't feel well. And I remember standing out there in this hospital and I was crying. I was in tears. And here I didn't even see my older brother. And I don't cry. Anybody knows me, it's like, this guy doesn't have tears. It doesn't exist. And here I was, so saddened I haven't seen him. So about in 2007, I flew into Cleveland and I see Tom. And that's the first time that we've seen each other for years, And I remember seeing him in the ICU. And, they gave him a medication to try to get some of the toxin out. And he felt so bad. But it makes you go to the bathroom all the time, right? Every few minutes, this man crawl out of his bed to go to the bathroom. It got to a point where Tom's like, I don't have any more energy. So they put a rectal tube in this man so that he doesn't have to get out of bed. And if you ever seen a rectal tube, it makes you feel like you lost all sense of dignity. So I figured myself, this is the one time that give Tom that energy. Now he have a changed guy, because this is a different brother that I knew since I was growing up. And it changed him, and I said, this might be the changing in his life that he needed. Now he's gonna be centered. Well, 2 years ago, my parents, right? So I blame Tom for why my parents aren't here. So they flew to Denver. So it took them about 4 hours to get into Denver already. They drive up normally 2.5 hours. Tom took 5 hours to get these 87-some-year-old people up to Grand Lake. To this day, they're like, I don't think I'm going to your family reunion with you boys anymore. But you know what made me think that life have changed and that this was his real name? Because a few months ago, he texted the four of us together on a text with my brothers, and he said he was getting married. And when he told us that, we're like, you're getting married? And then it clicked on me. He made the right decision in his whole life. He finally got this right. He got a lady that we met last year at Grand Lake, who's a wonderful person, who got so much heart, who cares and loves him and his daughters as well too. We couldn't be happier for Tom. And first time in his life, I'm not worried about him anymore. I can sleep. Knowing that somebody's there for him, somebody who loves him, and then is his equal. And I'm so happy for them. And I want to say that, Karen, you met the best person you're ever going to meet. He's one of the kindest person you're going to see. Honestly will love you the rest of your life. And I wish you both nothing but happiness. And I want you to, all of us to raise our glass for two really special people. And I'm so grateful to be here to share with you, to hear Tom and to Karen.
Who am I